And you know me, I'll do exactly what I'll do now, which is take whatever question comes and answer it directly and honestly as the best way I can. And I hope that that's what my adversaries do on Wednesday night as well. Because if we all do it, I know the people in New Hampshire will be listening, and I know that they now know it's game time. You know, in the NFL, the fourth quarter is when the games get decided. Well, we're in the fourth quarter now, and it's game time. And you can count on the fact that I'll be ready next Wednesday night, and I know you'll be listening too. So, thank you so much for sacrificing your 85th birthday for me tonight. I appreciate that very much. It just once again proves just how persuasive Juliana is to everyone in her life. And I appreciate y'all being here. So anybody has questions, just raise your hand, I'll take it on. Yes, ma'am.
We talk about needing people to do jobs here, but we have built a tier of people that feel entitled to the government giving them checks for not working. We have a group of people that feel they don't want to work. Even if we allow legals to come in and help our country, we have a tier that needs to be corrected because those people who are working are having a very tough time handling their bills because we're supporting those people that feel entitled. How do we go about fixing that?
Well, you look, this is one of the really bad things that Matt Gaetz and that crew did when they kicked out McCarthy and got rid of the compromise bill that he had negotiated, which was going to add back work requirements, in deeper work requirements into welfare and Medicaid. And for the sake of just firing Kevin McCarthy, they got rid of that bill, and now none of those things were in the bill that they ultimately all voted on. We have to get back to honoring work by requiring work. Now, I understand during COVID, it was a crazy time. Nobody really understood how bad it was going to be and how we could get ourselves out of it. And so there were people who were getting paid for staying home. But COVID's over. And it's been over for a while. And I think we need to start talking about this in a much different way. That work is required to support yourself in this country. And that when there are open jobs, you can't be sitting saying, I'm not going to work. And it seems to me that we have a whole generation that's developed now, and these are people my kids' age, who don't want to go to the office. They don't want to go to work. They want to work from home. They want to work in their PJs and their sweatpants. And, you know, like, hey, hell, man, I would have liked to do that too. But it's not good for our country. And so one of the things a president can do is to start to talk about those things. You can require certain things in the law for people who are getting aid from the government, and we should. That encourages them or requires them to have to go out and work. But it's also about talking about the value of work and trying to inspire people to do better. The American presidency is not a dictatorship, thank goodness. But what it is the greatest bully pulpit in the world to try to inspire people to do more. And when we think back on our greatest presidents, I think they're often the ones who took the biggest chances and were the most inspirational. And so for me, I voted for the first time in 1980 when I turned 18 years old, and I voted for Ronald Reagan because he gave me hope. And, you know, we need a president who thinks that's part of the job. And we had one for a while that thought that was part of the job. You know, the last one thought it was his job just to get everybody angry all the time. And then this one just wants to make sure he's got nap time every day. He's passed his sell-by date as well to be president of the United States. We need somebody who has the energy and the experience to know what really matters. And I agree with you 100%. And I think that if we don't start telling people that work is valuable and necessary to have a great country, and that showing up at your job rather than phoning it in or zooming it in has value to it also. And I think we need to get back to that. As president, I would continue to encourage that in the ways that I could encourage it and require it in the ways that I could require it. You had a question right here.